Now, let's please, I would love to get to the fuckery with you.
Yes, let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Now, what's going on with this new temporary interest in Pharaoh life? Like, she seemed like she's hanging on to every word. She's vouching for him. She's stroking his ego. I don't even know her name.
Well, her name is Violet.
All right, Violet.
Yeah, Violet. Violet,
All right,
however you want to pronounce it. Yeah.
all
And
right.
she claims to be a life coach.
A life coach.
Yeah.
Oh, she's one of those online life coaches. Oh
Yeah.
God.
And it's like, what type of life coach is interested in Young Pharaoh?
Exactly. So basically, life coach is code word for unemployed. Basically, unemployed.
Basically.
Yeah, that's unemployed. I don't know. That's cold word. I don't know. Allegedly, maybe stripper, working girl. I don't know. You
Yeah,
know?
somebody said it's a code word for prostitute. That's what someone said
Yes.
in my comments.
Yes, because most life coaches, like, their work is one-on-one sessions, right? So
hmm
I can be a life coach over the phone, over
hmm
FaceTime, in person. I can do out calls. That's life coaching.
hmm
That sound like a lady saying my profession is a masseuse, right? A masseuse
Okay.
is like, that's a one-on-one service, right? There's nobody else
hmm
around when you're doing your job. So are you
Yeah.
coaching or stroking? What are you doing?
Yeah, it's a good question because I mean, I can understand if there are real professional life coaches that are actually being paid for, to better people's lives in some way. I guess that there
Yes.
might be some truth to that. However, this lady, if she is a lady, doesn't strike me as that professional type because her online presence, it's not professional at all. If she was really a life coach and was trying to represent her brand and
Mm-hmm.
her line of work, she would not be involved with Young Pharaoh, and she would not be involved in any kind of drama that's, putting down another woman, specifically a black woman as well. That's out of order.
Absolutely. Absolutely out of order. And I don't even see how she see any good coming out of this interaction with him, right? Especially
Mhm.
now that she's already intimate, so she's only going to be more blinded as time goes on.
Yeah, exactly. And did you see the video of her in the live with Young Pharaoh sitting in the chair with him?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
that was.
so she's there, like she's literally supporting all of his foolishness and
Mm-hmm.
encouraging his disgusting behavior. It's
Yeah,
trifling and it's sad to see. It's sad to watch.
it was very cringing, and he want nothing more than a beautiful, gullible women stroking his ego.
Yeah, that's all he wanted. Somebody that's going to be a yes man or a yes woman that's going to agree with everything that he says. I'm yet to see somebody intelligent around him that holds him accountable for the things that he's been doing the last year or so.
Absolutely. The sad part is, you're right. No one is holding him accountable, and it looks like he don't want the accountability, right? He don't want the
hmm
responsibilities. He's only making probably the bare minimum from YouTube or wherever he getting money from to keep his bills paid. He's probably just holding his head above water. I'm quite
hmm
sure he's not there financially for his children, right? So it's like,
hmm
but you online scouting women, but you online trying to find some type of companionship, and more than likely you're on your way to jail. It don't make sense.
Exactly. His court date is the end of this month. So he's literally got a few weeks left before he might possibly end up in jail. So it
Absolutely.
seems like he's trying to make the most of his time and make, useless content and
Yep.
just cause more nuisance in the community.
Yep. I really believe he's rushing to find women to create as much content as he can create. While he's creating the content, he's looking for the right woman he can trust to hold that house down and create content while he's in jail. Because you got to remember, Golden Beauty and Camille both stated Young Pharaoh has been trying to get either of them to come back to Texas because he really feel like he's going to jail. He needs somebody to maintain that house, right? Or he's going to lose it while he's in jail. So he needs somebody to take the YouTube revenue that's coming in every month and apply it to his bills. He can't do that while he's in jail, right? So that's his dilemma right now. But it's a slippery slope for the women he's dealing with because he's trying to create drama, right? He need a bump in his YouTube channel because I don't believe he's monetized yet ever since the last time. Yeah. So he need that big bump. He's looking for drama. He can't keep antagonizing his fucking baby mothers, arguing with them because now it looks like you're harassing them, right? They moved on with their lives. It's only but so much you can do with them, right? You don't want to go back and forth with no fucking YouTuber, right? Your fucking ego is just too big for that, right? So you need women you can take advantage of, and it's sad.
Yeah, it's really sad. And for me, the level of disrespect towards Black women, not let alone the Black community, but Black women specifically, for him to come online and consistently disrespect us, I feel like it's just so damaging and so disturbing to our community. This is the last thing that we need. He's already done so much to the Black women in his lives, you know, his mother, his auntie, the baby mothers, different women that have been in and out of his life. Yet he's continuing down this spiral. It's a vicious spiral and it's attacking us and it's out of order and unacceptable. And I'm really saddened by the fact that none of his supporters or fans, whatever you want to call them, none of them say anything about that. I don't see any comments in his live saying, stop saying that, don't say that anymore, leave Black women out of your problems. Leave us out of it. Why does he have to constantly make a reference to us anytime something goes wrong in his life?
I have no idea. But, well, then again, it's because he need a crutch. He need to point the finger somewhere, right? But he forget every time you point a finger, it's 3 pointing right back at you. And no matter where you at or who you with, you can't escape who you are. You can't escape yourself, right? No matter where you are on planet Earth, you take your bullshit with you, right? I really believe Young Pharaoh really needs some professional psychiatric help, like real shit. He needs that. I mean, in spite of the jail time, for him shooting at Golden House, if he go to jail for that, or threatening his ex-bodyguard or whatever, he might do time for back child support at some point, right? Because he's not making money right now, right? Young Pharaoh made all his money from speaking engagements in the past. He don't leave his house. He have no income, right? So other than the women that's probably cash apping him here and there to keep his bills paid and keep him fed, I don't see where he's making money.
I don't see it. He always asks for donations on Cash App. I'm even surprised he got his car back because I know that it was held, something to do with the bond. So he obviously paid to get it out. So that's interesting.
Yeah, but this is America, and no matter where you're doing business in America, it's all about the money. So he can be in debt. He can be behind thousands of dollars on that car payment. As long as he go and make the minimum payment, they will release that car back to him. Now he's still in debt, right? Now, if he drop below minimum payments, they're gonna come and take the car again. But as soon as he go and make that minimum payment, they'll give him the car back, right? Because they want him to keep paying on it. That's how they make their money. And he's only paying off the interest, late fees, and making minimum payments. That's all he's doing.
Okay.
Right? So
That makes sense.
yeah, so the fucking principal, he probably almost never touched the principal debt on that car because he's probably always behind in payments.
Right. I see.
Yep. Yep. So just because he got the car back, that don't mean shit. Trust
Oh
me.
my
I know,
God.
man, listen, I know some ignorant guys in America riding around in Teslas right now, but they living in their mama house. It just
Oh,
don't
that's
make sense.
backwards.
You
Yeah.
know, or they living in the Tesla. It just don't make
Oh
sense.
God. That's awful.
Hey, yo, shout out to Willis. What's goody,
Hi,
bro?
Realist. Another thing I was going to say about these two women. First of all, Chosen, she did message me on my channel, and she said she wasn't fully aware of all the madness that Young Pharaoh's been up to in the last year.
Yes.
She said she hadn't been paying attention, so she wasn't fully informed of what she might be getting herself, involved in. And which is obviously a concern, because if you're, flying somewhere to meet a stranger,
Yeah, you want to do
basically,
your research.
yeah, you've got to do your research. You've got to investigate. You've got to just do a YouTube search or a Google search and find out what's been going on in their lives recently. Because if she did that,
Absolutely.
she would have been aware of how much he despises Black women at the moment and how much crap he puts us through. And she would have never put herself in that situation if she really understood the danger that she could have placed herself in. She wouldn't have went.
Absolutely. And it's I'm just glad it happened early, right? I'm glad she didn't get comfortable and get settled in and get really blinded, right? By his bullshit. I'm really glad that she got up out of there, because you never know with Young Pharaoh. The longer he's home, the longer he don't get the help he need, the greater the potential of him to become the next Nature Boy, right? Like that's always possible until he get the help he need and change his ways, right? Like he always have the potential of persuading young, gullible sisters, right, to wherever he's at, right? And once they're there, it's not really much. You're at his mercy, right? Especially if he paid for you to get there, right? You're at this guy's mercy, and that's that's sad.
Yeah, that's you putting yourself in a vulnerable position. So I do feel for her. Although I'm trying to hold her accountable as well, I still feel for her in some way. Now I get a lot of flack in my comments because they're saying that I'm being too nice, I'm being too soft. But I'm never going to be the person, especially not as a Black woman. I'm not going to be online, on the internet, disrespecting and slandering another Black woman. That's just not what I'm going to do. I've told her how I feel in a message that I've sent back to her, and the dangers that she could have put herself in. However, we do have to understand that if she really didn't know about his antics recently, then I can understand why she felt that she could go there and be, have fun and enjoy his company.
Right. Well, I don't know if she was watching Young Pharaoh lately, but she have been a fan of his because that came across to me in her last video. She was saying, "You're not the guy you used to be. Like you used to." So you're familiar with him, right? You was talking in a like the tone you was giving me was you are a fan of his, or you was, right?
Or who he was.
Yes, so that's the tone she was definitely giving me. But maybe she wasn't. Maybe she was dealing with life these past couple months. But I don't see you not watching a Pharaoh video at all this past year. Like for the past 12 months, you ain't see none of Young Pharaoh bullshit. Like he went through a lot with Golden alone. He went through a lot with Golden this past year. right? The situation with Josh Netter and the fucking mushrooms, that happened a while ago, but for some
Yeah,
reason it resurfaced like every 1 or 2 months, like every 60 days, that's back on YouTube and it's a thing, right?
yeah,
So it is kind of hard to believe that she didn't know about his antics. But like you said, I'm not online to slander or trash a black woman,
right.
regardless of what she do. If I disagree, I give my take and I tread
Hmm.
lightly, because sisters is already going through a lot, and they don't
Exactly.
need they don't need me disrespecting them because I disagree with how they carry themselves, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
exactly. Yeah, and even though she went there, regardless of what the reason was, she was still put in a horrible position, in an awkward position. She
Right,
still went through trauma because of him and how he treated her in that moment while there was another woman there. He still
right.
made her feel less than. So we have to accept her feelings while she was there. If she felt that way and that's how he treated her, then that in itself is unacceptable. And we have to hold him again accountable for his behavior around black women.
Absolutely. Yes, he do. Absolutely. He have to be held accountable. And if we don't hold him accountable, right? If we don't speak out, right, when it comes to his actions against black women, then it's like we can't really complain about how things turn out in the future, right? If
Hmm.
if if some catastrophic situation happened in that house between him and a woman, right?
Hmm.
If some tragedy occur, um,
Hmm.
I wonder how most would feel, right? Would you feel
Yeah.
guilty because you sat back and watched the train wreck, right? Like, or would you feel guilty because you didn't speak out enough, because you didn't make enough videos about him bringing awareness? Like, how would you
Hmm.
feel? Or would you blame the victim because you are a fan of Young Pharaoh, right?
Exactly.
That's scary.
Exactly. That's my point as well. She is a victim, although, you might want to say she put herself in that situation, she still
Right.
was victimized by that
Yes, she still
individual.
was victimized, right? See it,
Exactly.
but I can't attribute her actions
Hmm.
in making the decision of going to Young Pharaoh house. I can't equate that with what happened to her while she was there, right? Because then
Exactly.
that's almost like victim shaming, right?
That's victim
Um,
blaming. Yeah.
yeah, right. So let's say if a young lady is walking down the street and she get off the bus late at night, she got to walk a few blocks home, she just got off work, and somebody accost her and take advantage of her sexually, right?
Hmm.
I would never go online and say, well, she shouldn't have been wearing that mini skirt, she turned right. You understand what I'm saying? It's like
Hmm.
her actions can't be to blame for her being sexually assaulted, right? Nothing
Hmm.
she did, right? I can't say, well, maybe she turned down the wrong block, she should have took the usual route home. No, I
Hmm.
can't say that, right, when I'm talking about how she was a victim, right? So I
Yeah.
can't say she was naive, she was stupid for going. No, this black woman was there, she was lied to, she was deceived, she probably was forced into some three-way sexual encounter she want nothing to do with, right? You understand what I'm saying? It was
Hmm.
just so
Yeah.
much. Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to move past the fact and the action that she took to get there. We need to focus on the actual events that occurred while she was there. So, God
Yes.
forbid something worse happened to her. It's not okay to say, well, she shouldn't have gone there. Well, why did she get on the flight? No, no, no,
Mm-hmm.
no. We should be focused on why is this grown ass man treating another woman in that way? Why is he so aggressive? Why is he so dismissive? Why is he so disgusting when it comes to dealing with another woman? She did not agree to come there and spend time having threesomes and freeways with another woman. In that
Right.
conversation, he invited her as if it was just going to be her and him and her.
Absolutely.
And then
Absolutely.
she's arrived and then she's exposed to all the fuckery.
Yes, so he can't blame her for
No.
talking about it. This is her life. She was affected. She have every
Yeah.
right to discuss this. She have every right to tell her story, right? And
Yeah.
especially if she was traumatized, right? Especially
Exactly.
if she feel violated in any way, because she said the other young lady was completely disrespectful to her, right? So if
Yeah.
she was violated in any way, she might have grounds to take legal action if anything happened to her in that house.
Hmm. Exactly. Exactly. So as far as I'm concerned, the bashing that she's receiving is sad. She's getting a lot of hateful comments, and I will not be part of that at all.
No,
At all.
no,
Not to say that the other one deserves hateful comments, because neither of them do.
yeah,
However, the other one, she seems to be making more excuses for Pharaoh. She's excusing his behavior and his treatment towards her.
hmm,
She's even sounds like she's fabricating or lying and speaking on Pharaoh's behalf, basically saying what he wants her to say, just so that
right,
she can remain in his good books and receive benefits that she can get, whatever they may
right,
be, from him.
right. And that's exactly why I hold her accountable also, because you're aiding and
Hmm.
abetting, right? You're almost a
Exactly.
co-defendant. You're almost a co-defendant in his bullshit, right?
Hmm.
You're enabling him to continue his fuckery, right? You're not speaking no positive affirmations. You're not trying to motivate him or inspire him to wake up in the morning with a different mindset other than the bullshit he's on, right? Like, you're there to aid and abet him. You're there to
Exactly.
create content. That's, yeah, and no, yeah, this is crazy.
And it's all negative, specifically from a life coach perspective. From what I'm aware of, life coaches, they're supposed to uplift you, they're supposed to encourage you, motivate you, and promote positivity, hold you accountable. So those are the things that she should have been doing. She should have been encouraging him to get himself in rehab, stop smoking, stop all the drugs, stop drinking, because clearly that's all he does these days. He wakes up, smokes, drinks to the end of the day and until morning, and then he does the same thing again. He doesn't do anything else with his life. So what life coaching is she doing for him? Clearly none.
None,
Clearly
none.
none.
And it's sad. And it's sad, man. I really hope she find herself and get up out of there,
Yeah,
before
definitely.
she really be hurt, before she's really affected, and it don't have to be physical. It could be financially, it could be mentally. He can
Right,
destroy you spiritually, right?
right.
And that's no, right? And no shit, you might walk out of there pregnant, right? He ain't there for his kids
Gosh.
he got now. You don't want to go through that.
Exactly. Exactly. And you know what I mean? My advice to women that for some reason still have interest in this guy is to do your research and do whatever you can to be safe. If you're still going to ignore all the red flags and be within his presence, you need to do whatever you can to make sure you are safe, because
Absolutely.
you are not safe in his presence, especially once he gets on them drugs, starts smoking and drinking all kinds of teas. You never know what you're going to get from him.
Absolutely. Ladies, I hope y'all is listening. Ladies,
Yes.
I hope y'all is listening, because RJ ain't telling no lie.
Not at all. Not at all. Ladies, please stay away from this walking red flag. He is a walking contradiction. He is dangerous. He's
Absolutely.
disgusting.
No, he looks disgusting. His cheekbones is sucked in. His skin look
Yeah,
gray.
he
He looked
does.
like the character from Tales of the Crypt.
He looks like a scarecrow. He looks scary. He looks scary. I can't imagine. Like,
Oh shit.
imagine being in the dark with him. I would be
Yeah.
scared.
Oh my
I'd be
God. He looked
scared.
like Michael Jackson from The Wizard of Oz.
This is what I mean? Like, he needs help. He needs help.
Yes.
He needs therapy. He needs something. What he doesn't need is these people around him that continue to enable him.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be something that gives. There needs to be a break into this vicious cycle. Something has to change. And if it doesn't, all the way up until the 29th of June, if that's his court date, then he's going to get locked up and he needs to stay there.
Right. Absolutely. The sad part, man, the sad part, and I realized this, if Young Pharaoh would have stayed in Buffalo, right? I think he would still have been grounded mentally, or at least more stable mentally than he is now. Young Pharaoh's biggest mistake was when he woke up that morning and saw all of those donations for that YouTube lawsuit. Because Young Pharaoh was up in Buffalo. He was broke in Buffalo with his baby mama. They was broke, sleeping in a fucking room, a rented room, on a mattress on the floor. And he told his subscribers, I'm about to sue YouTube. Yo, they playing with my channel. They trying to demonetize me. This is free speech. I need y'all to help donate for this YouTube lawsuit. And he woke up one morning and had thousands and thousands and thousands of him, and Golden is on live in real time celebrating. They were surprised all this money was there. They was running around the house, jumping all around. They were surprised they got this money. They packed up and they moved to Texas. They went down to Texas. Right now, Camille ain't know nothing about this. Young Pharaoh got that money and quietly left Camille and his son up there in Buffalo and went to Texas, and his life went upside down ever since then. He ain't have no money before that. He wasn't doing nothing. He was getting a couple dollars from speaking engagements here and there, but he had no money. He definitely couldn't afford no house. All of that was YouTube lawsuit money. All of it.
Yeah. He made a lot of money scamming the community because there was no lawsuit for YouTube. And we can also talk about that Sandra Bland donation fund that he kept for himself. That was quite a lot of tens and thousands of dollars he got from that as well.
Yep. All the
and
money
he kept that all for himself, and he spent that on himself, on his place, on his car, on this crappy jewelry. None of it went back to the community.
None of it.
None of it. And here he is, still sitting on his high horse with the cheek to come and tell us that the Black community haven't done anything for him. Is it crazy?
Man, the Black community took care of your lifestyle, afforded you the lifestyle you have.
They're the ones that were doing all the donations. Yeah. That's where all your donations came from.
Absolutely. And we can't forget. Yeah. And we can't forget about Costa Rica. He was accepting donations for that land in Costa Rica.
Yeah, I remember that as well.
Yes.
So many donations. But he seems to be self-made. So many donations, so many cash apps and
crazy
GoFundMes. But he claims to be a self-made millionaire. You are not self-made.
You're not. And you're definitely not a millionaire.
You're definitely not.
Definitely not.
He hasn't even sorted out his taxes for last year.
How you a self-made millionaire and the only thing you probably ever filed taxes on was YouTube revenue? You ain't filing taxes on those speaking engagements. Get out of here. Get out of here. Those people is paying for your hotel and your flights, and they cash apping you your payments. You're not filing those speaking engagements on no taxes. That's tax-free money, right? So, yeah, so he's only filing taxes on YouTube revenue because you can't hide that, right? You can't hide YouTube revenue. So you have to file taxes on this eventually, or you're going to be in debt. That's just the reality of things. That's why I always tell my YouTube friends, before your YouTube page blow up and you're monetized, legally protect your name. Go down to where you have to go and apply for a business tax ID number. You want your business license. In America, we call it a DBA, doing business as, right? So you
Yeah.
want that. In America, we go down to town hall and we pay $35 and we get a tax ID number. That's a business. That's all you need. I have a legitimate business. With that business, I can open up a business bank account. I can file income taxes under this business name and not my social
Mhm.
security number, right? I can separate my private assets from my business assets. I could do all of
Mhm.
that. So when I file my taxes on my YouTube revenue, I don't have to file it under my personal assets using my social security number. I can file it
Mhm.
under my corporation, under my business. I have a media company, right? So when you legitimately apply for your doing business as YouTube, your channel will be recognized as a media company or a news company, whatever you register your channel as, right? Whatever, maybe you're a journalist, a fucking whatever you want to say you are, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, you want to register that. So when your channel do take off and you filing taxes, you got more opportunities to branch off and do things legally. You can put your money in different places, right? You might
Mhm.
be in debt in your personal life. You don't want your YouTube revenue to affect that. You don't want nobody trying to take your YouTube. So, just having a business and
Yeah.
separating it, right? Then you good,
Yeah.
So that's what it's about.
Yeah, definitely. That's good
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah, and you don't want no copycats. You don't want RJ Perspective to blow up and you don't have that protected. You don't have a website, rjperspectives.com. You're supposed to
Yeah.
go and buy that domain name, RJ Perspectives. You're supposed to go online. I don't care if you go to GoDaddy. You go to godaddy.com and type in RJ Perspectives and you buy whatever's available. rjperspective.com, rjperspective.org, RJ Perspectives, whatever, TV, whatever you see, if you can afford
Mhm.
it, buy it. Even if you don't build the website now, even if you don't have the time or money to build the website, at least you own that domain name. RJ Perspectives. You own it.
Yeah.
So that way, because if you blow up now, right? Let's say if you get into a tit for tat with another YouTuber because they don't like your perspective on a Young Pharaoh video and y'all
Mhm.
arguing on YouTube and they want to be petty and they want some retribution. They want to fuck your life up. If they Google RJ Perspectives or type it in GoDaddy and they see you don't own that domain name, they could buy it. And now, if you want to start a RJ Perspective website, you got to go and buy it back from your enemy, right? So you don't want to have to go through that problem, right?
Yeah,
So,
definitely not.
so fucking do it now while it's cheap, because there's no value to the name now. So you might could go and buy it right now for 99 cents, right? You might could buy it for $2. But the bigger you get, the more popular you get, the more that name is gonna cost. So you got to think about that too.
Yeah, definitely. There's a few things I need to think about for sure.
Yeah, you know, real shit. You always got to think about that. But yeah, chosen Nubian goddess. I would love to have a conversation with her. I would love to try to get her on the panel and talk to her. But I don't know her Instagram. I only have her YouTube, and I just don't want to be leaving comments, a bunch of comments on somebody, video publicly. If I'd rather have a line behind the scenes for her and work something out with her where
Yeah.
I can where
Hopefully
I could get her
she
on a panel.
yeah, hopefully she can reach out because I only have her on YouTube as well. Um,
Yes.
but I don't know, she might be trying to remain private. She might not want to do any more
Yeah,
interviews.
YouTube. Yeah, she
Yeah,
might
she
not
might
want
not want
to.
to do. Yeah, so because I think I did ask her as well yesterday or the day before
Oh,
if
all
she
right.
wanted to, express herself or do her own perspectives on my channel, and she was kind of just answering other questions and avoided that one. So I'm not sure she
Oh,
actually
all right.
wants to
Yeah.
be public. But yeah, you never know. We'll have to wait and see, won't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
But as
Definitely.
long, I just hope that she doesn't read too much of the negative messages because she is getting a lot, and it's not fair, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was scrolling through them in her comment section, and it's definitely not right. It's
Yeah, it's
it's
horrible.
and they're all of Young Pharaoh minions, right?
Yeah,
Those is
yeah.
people he probably in group chats with behind the scenes, and he make them go in like bomb somebody comment section or try to destroy people live streams when they talking about him, right?
Yeah.
So that's something he do. He have a bunch of his minions in a group chat, and if you going live about him and you got a couple hundred people in a chat and it's doing numbers, then yeah,
Hmm.
he'll send his minions over to try to destroy the stream. That's what he do.
Yeah, definitely. Every day I get comments from his fans, all kinds of negative comments, and I just tired of them. I'm like, I don't really care
Uh-huh.
what you guys think, to be honest. I'm still gonna post my perspectives
Yep.
regardless of what you comment. You don't
Exactly.
know
And I
me,
tell them
I don't
keep
know
on
you.
commenting.
Yeah. So whatever, you can write all your think pieces and your long essays in my comments. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm
Trust me,
probably
I
not
love it.
reading it.
Me, for one, I got tough skin. Second, if the comment is too long, I'm not reading that shit anyway, whether it's good or bad. So, thirdly, YouTube don't care if you leave a negative comment or a positive comment under my video. They only recognize there's interaction, right? They don't care if you
Hmm.
give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, right? It's the same value to YouTube. All they see is it's interaction. If a million people
Right.
give this video a thumbs down, YouTube is going to show it to more people because it's interaction. You can leave
Yeah.
me all of the hate comments you want. I promise I won't delete them because it's interaction. Right? Thank you.
Yeah, I need to be more like that because I do delete some of them. The ones that are a bit too extreme, I
Man, I don't
delete
delete
them.
none of that shit because I don't
But
care. Right? But it's
yeah,
all interaction and engagement. YouTube is
yeah,
looking at engagement. Right? You can say anything you want under my shit. I don't care. If I dislike it, I just won't respond. I'm gonna like and comment everybody else shit but yours. Right?
yeah. I hear you.
Yeah. But yeah, you can delete them. If it's affecting you and you don't like it, then yeah, I would delete it too.
I wouldn't go as far as saying it affects me. I just can't be asked with it. So
Yeah.
I delete it because I don't want everybody else to do. Because what I've noticed is when I leave it, some of my subscribers will start commenting back and trying to defend, and it's like I don't want them to get involved in
Uh-huh.
arguing or defending me. Let's all just be positive and ignore them. So if it's not there, there's no need to interact with it. But I
Yeah,
understand
right.
your perspective as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. See, that's why I love you because you so diplomatic and wholesome and try to keep the peace, the kumbaya. I'm saying I need that balance because I could be an ignorant fuck at times. And I
I
know
hear you.
better.
Yeah, I try and be like balanced. I try and be fair. Even when I
Yeah,
have a perspective that's really different from the norm, I still try and
absolutely.
understand everyone else's point of view as well. I think that's
Absolutely.
important. Yeah.
Absolutely. But as long as you're standing on the side of right, on the side of
Hmm.
truth, then it
Hmm.
don't matter what nobody else think or feel. Fuck them.
Yeah,
Right? And,
exactly.
and,
If you don't
and that's
like
the
it,
only
come
thing
off
that
my page.
matters.
Come off my page if you don't like it.
Absolutely. Look, I'm loving your style.
Yeah,
get get off my damn page if you don't like it.
yeah, exactly. Move.
Yep. That's a fact. But I'm definitely gonna talk my ish.
For sure. I'm not gonna stop. I might talk about different things, but I'm still gonna talk about what I'm talking about. Nothing and
Absolutely.
nobody is gonna stop that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's
So yeah,
something.
you gotta make sure you send me this live as well.
Yeah. As soon as we done, I'ma download it. I'm download it, and I'm gonna definitely send it to you. Yeah, this
Yeah,
was a great one.
definitely.
Yeah, this was definitely a great one.
I'm glad I jumped on.
Yep. I want you to Yep. As soon as I send it to you, you can upload it right to your channel and get get that watch time. Shit, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. That watch time. You want
Yeah,
that watch
definitely.
time?
Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely upload it. Yeah, get everyone to kind of see. And obviously, if they don't follow you or, subscribe to you, they will see that in the description that they can do that as well.
Yes, absolutely. I just tagged you in this one too. I just
Okay,
edited the
great.
title. Yeah,
Great.
I just edited the title.
Great. Okay. Well, I'm gonna head off now. So I don't know if you're finishing up, but
All right.
I'll carry
Yeah,
on
I'm
in the chat
finishing
if
up
you're still
now.
here. Okay. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I'm definitely finishing up. I'm about to close out because it was a good one. It
Definitely. It's a
don't
good
make no
place to
sense
end
to
it
fix
here.
nothing that ain't broke.
Exactly.
Well, it don't make no sense to fix nothing that ain't broke. Well,
Exactly.
we definitely went in on him. This was a great live, and hopefully chosen hear this and she get her mind right, and I really hope she take her YouTube channel serious, right? That's what I
Yeah.
really hope. I want her to take a YouTube channel serious because she could go places. She might as well use this situation in her YouTube channel in the algorithms. She might as well use that to her advantage and just get to this bag. Real shit.
Yeah.
But thank you for tuning in, Miss Lady. I greatly appreciate you. I love the fact that you came and rocked out with me. And yeah, I appreciate your love and support. Thank you
No
so much.
problem. Thanks for having me.